Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to another self-published books video. My friend Neve told me that she would like to see my face and my reactions to these things because before I was still doing my old format for those videos where I just recorded my voice. But Neve said it'd be more funny if you could see actually my facial reactions to these interesting books. So, here's my face. I'm using my camera for the first time in a very long time. I got very lazy and started using my phone, but this type of video would take far too long, too much space on my phone, and I need my phone to, unfortunately, look at the tragic TikToks that we're about to check out. So let's just jump right into it, shall we? Got a couple saved. I saved them a few days ago, maybe even weeks ago. Since the last video, I've been saving videos that have been popping up on my TikTok because, as always, because I've chosen to click on these videos and save these videos to my device, more of them have been popping up on my feed because that's just how the algorithm works, and I've kind of done this to myself, to be honest, so I can't really complain. The first one's just a screenshot because it popped up and I was just like, this is some random person's selfie. Like, normally they use like clips, like I was talking about in the last video. They usually use clips from like 365 Days or 50 Shades of Grey or something like that to kind of create an ambiance, an atmosphere, kind of woo you into wanting to watch this book, or read this book more like. And this one is just some rando selfie. I don't know if it's the author's selfie. I don't know if it's a friend of the author's selfie. I don't know if it's some random selfie that they got off of the interweb. But it's literally just a selfie. And it says, when you're giving the mob boss a lap dance with little sparkles in his car, him take your bra off, you costs extra, dollar face emoji. I don't understand how that relates to a rando's mirror selfie, to be completely honest with you. She doesn't look like a mob boss lap dancer. Maybe she's just taking a selfie before she gets ready for the job. I don't know. But it doesn't woo me. I don't feel compelled. If I'm going to have to endure these adverts, at least put a little bit of oomph into them and not just post a random person's selfie, whether it's your selfie or not, author. At least put a bit more effort into your advertising. But it is actually quite common with quite a few of them. I've seen selfies in quite a few of them, but they normally sometimes like show the selfie and then have like their beginning and opening line, and then it'll cut to like some sort of graphic as TikTok will allow, scene or clip from one of those movies I listed. And it's, I don't know what the selfie's purpose was, maybe so you can get a good look at what this girl is supposed to look like or what this girl could look like, which doesn't really make sense because most of these girls are blank slates anyway. They're usually blank slates for the audience to put themselves onto. That's why Anastasia Steele is such a block of wood, because it's for the audience to project themselves onto. And if they have too much of a personality and they're too different from the reader, then the reader isn't going to feel like Christian Grey is in love with them and wants to smack them about like he does Anastasia Steele. Because, ladies and gentlemen, 50 Shades of Grey is not an accurate representation of BDSM. It is literally just a man abusing a woman. If you want a good BDSM representation, check out Sunstone. That's my plug for the day. Not sponsored, unfortunately.
Are you incapable of restraining yourself, or do you take pride in being an insufferable know-it-all?
Snape, no! The Snape thirst traps, no! This isn't a book, this is just like a Snape thirst trap. It kind of falls under the same theme, it all is kind of very similar, but the Snape thirst traps are desperate. Even like, how long has it been? 2011? It's been 11 years since the last movie came out. Alan Rickman passed away in like 2016 and people are still making thirst traps for Severus Snape in the appearance and form of Alan Rickman. And the funny thing is that if Severus Snape taught you, he would probably bully you. He would hate you. There's no thirst in this trap. He would hate you. Severus Snape will bully the fuck out of you, so you won't be his favourite student. Although there's a lot of like your name ones for Severus Snape. There was actually a girl who did like kind of like AU reenactments where she kind of like inserted herself into scenes with from Harry Potter, and I think she was supposed to be Snape's lover or something like that, and it was just so cringy. It's like a new kind of level of fan fiction. I don't know if they did it on like Musically and stuff, but it's definitely big on TikTok. It's like it's a new level of fan fiction, and it hurts. It's painful. At least with fan fiction, you only ever saw it in your head. TikTok forces you to look at it. You're forced to look at it. You have no choice in the matter. What? Ugh. This is another example of people without siblings writing siblings. Why the fuck would two brothers want to fuck a woman at the same time? Maybe I'm missing something, but isn't that just like seeing your brother hot and heavy as well, and you don't want that? Bet you they're twins. Did it say if they're twins? I bet they're twins. Why is his brother holding him down? It says when you're claiming her and your brother's holding her down. Why? Is this more mafia stuff I don't understand? Why are siblings always getting involved in each other's sex lives like this? It's just not realistic. The most that siblings do is talk about it. Like, oh yeah, I went out with a guy last night, went home with him, kind of thing. Never would I ever in my wildest dreams ever think of being in the same room as that kind of thing happening with my sister. Is brothers different? I don't think brothers are different. My friend Neve has a brother and she says the exact same thing as me. And I know we're not the only ones. Is this it's just some sort of weird niche thing where people just love incest and they don't understand what it's actually like to have a sibling, and if they do know what it's like to have a sibling, then I feel sorry for your sibling. Like I'll pray for your sibling. If you have a sibling and you think this is okay, I'll pray for them. So we've reached the monster porn section of the porn ads on TikTok. It seems the teal stuff. It's harmless, I suppose. You're into what you're into. I'm not going to tell you that it's bad to be into that kind of thing. I still find this way of advertising very interesting. I mean, if it must work because they wouldn't do it otherwise, but the teal stuff, it's not my thing personally. But who knows? Like this is one of the more relatively harmless ones. It's still porn and it's still graphic and it's still, like I say, the way of advertising is very strange. But like I say, if it works, it works. It's just maybe I'm missing out on something. Maybe the tail shit is just like an untapped niche I need to get into. But no. Nah. No. That one was very quick. It was quick, but not quick enough. I feel a sense of dread with these kind of books because 50 Shades of Grey has benumbed me to accurate representation of the BDSM community in any form of media, because they represented it as, I can ignore your safe word, I can stalk you, I can slap you about, and it's all okay, and I can control every aspect of your life and get angry at you if you don't like it, and that is what BDSM is, and that is not what BDSM is. And this is coming from someone who doesn't even practice it, and I know fucking rightly that that's not what it is. So anytime I see things like this, I'm just like, is this something that's spawned from 50 Shades of Grey and it's going to be really, really bad, and most of it is just assault and grape? That's what we have to say now on YouTube instead of the actual word. But they're disguising it as romantic and BDSM and different because of EL James. Because a lot of these, you can't deny that all of this has spawned from EL James, because these books, because 50 Shades of Grey exploded as big as it did, everyone wants to throw their own kind of version into the pool, and I don't trust any of them. Some of them might be an accurate representation. I don't know. I'm not going to read them, but I don't trust any of them. Like I say, read Sunstone. It's great. let's all take a moment to just zen ourselves. And she's a Mary Sue. She's a Mary Sue. YN is basically just a way to make yourself a Mary Sue. So that one wasn't necessarily graphic. I remember saving that because it was a your name fanfiction, which basically means you insert your name wherever it says YN. So wherever it says YN, if I was reading it, I would say, what is it? I would say, Erin is running away. Catch her! Avengers running after Erin. Natasha starts shooting your direction. Me, okay, motherfucker, now you got my attention. That's what you're supposed to read it like. You're supposed to put your name in. Basically, self-insert fanfiction with a visual medium. It used to be very popular on Wattpad, and it's the worst. It is the worst. It is just a way to obviously put... Well, there's no way... It's not even like they're trying to hide it. They're just saying, put yourself into this story like an OC. This story is about you, and I don't know how anyone reads them seriously. Like, there must be some sort of niche for them, because like, people were writing them all the time, and now they're doing it on TikTok as well, except obviously visual medium. Camera decided to unfocus. Even it doesn't like YN. Basically, it's a more blatant way of writing self-insert. Mainly fanfiction, like you see. This was an Avengers one, but it made me cringe just as much as the graphic adverts that get put onto my feed now that I make these videos again. So yeah, apparently according to this TikTok, I'm a really powerful Avenger, and they're also desperate to catch me because I ran away from them. Or maybe I'm the villain, I don't know. Still not gonna click on the link and read the story. Not that interested. I'm beyond the self-insert stuff. But yeah, that's all I've got for this video. I'm not sure about this angle yet, because if you can see the light on my shoulder, if I pointed myself in that direction, it would just be a massive glare. And I quite like this. It's just the dark shadow here that's a bit of the problem, but I think it was the best angle I could work with considering the lighting I have at the moment. But I'm going to fiddle around with angles again, probably start using my camera again, stop being so lazy and use my camera again. And hopefully there'll be more of these videos. I want to thank everyone for the amazing reaction to my Doctor Who reaction to Power of the Doctor. I didn't expect a video of me screaming and fangirling to get as popular as it did. And I know to some people, they'll look at the amount of views I've got and be like, that's nothing. And I know it's really nothing in the grand scheme of things. But in terms of my channel, it's big for me. So let me have this moment, alright? So thank you everyone who liked and commented and viewed that video, and let me know what they thought. And let me know what you think of this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my socials. Check out these books if you want. Like, on your own head. Don't say that I ever told you to go here. Maybe you're into tales. Like, I know it's a very niche kind of thing, but I know that people like it. So maybe you want to read those books. I don't know. That's up to you. I'm not going to judge. I've probably read worse in my lifetime. Check out my socials if you want to. Buy my book if you want to. Don't do any of that if you don't want to. I don't want you there if you don't want to be there. And remember, don't send any hate to these authors. It is a big deal to be able to put your work out anywhere in any shape or form, whether it's fan fiction, whether it's a natural published novel, whether you're just posting like a blog, putting your writing out there in any sense or form. It's a very brave thing to do. This video is only for fun. Don't send hate. If you send hate, then you're a loser. Okay? So just keep that in mind, alright? So see you in the next video.